I wish you could smell it inside this library. It smells delish. It smells like a popcorn ball. Oh my goodness. That is Gracie. And she knows she is not allowed in this library. She is not allowed in here. Gracie! Oh my goodness, Gracie! Gracie! I can't believe her. That's the third time today she snuck in here. And she knows what she's doing. She knows she's not allowed in here. And she knows that she is sneaking in somewhere that she don't belong. In general, I don't care where the cats go. They can go wherever they want. But she likes to scratch my furniture and make it look like shredded wheat, and ain't nobody got time for shredded wheat for furniture. So she is banned from the kingdom of the library. Let her go in the bedroom or downstairs in the living room or the kitchen or the parlor or whatever, where, you know, I have that furniture covered up. But anyways, where was I was about to tell you how absolutely freaking delicious it smells in this library. It smells like a popcorn ball. Not like popcorn that you pop in the microwave. I'm talking about good old-fashioned Christmas popcorn balls that you unwrap from that colorful wax paper, and you are left with a sticky ball of popcorn. And when you smell it, it is heavenly. And that's what this library smells like today. A big old Christmas stocking stuffer, old-fashioned vintage popcorn ball. Delish and lovely. It smells heavenly in here, and I am not mad about it. My name is Flo, and this is the Grape Jelly Library, where I love to talk about books. Thank you so much for joining me. I always look forward to your visit. Stories. Today, we are going to talk about Uno book one. Just one. I don't like to talk about just one book. I never really dig dedicating a whole video to one book. Logic tells me that's not the thing to do, because if you out there don't have interest in this book, then what do we have to fall back on? My personality. And what if my personality doesn't quite fit the bill for you? At least the book might have kept you here. So I don't know. That's why I don't like to talk about just one book. I feel like if I talked about 5 books or 7 books, then, you know, you would see it through the bullshit book in hopes that the other books would be better. But I don't know. It is what it is. And I'm probably going to do more videos with just one book. I'm probably just going to get over myself and just do, you know, more future videos with one book, because it is what it is. So, the book that I am bringing you today is, now, you have to just sit there and listen to what I'm saying. See this video through, okay? There is logic and sanity behind the method to my madness. The book I am bringing to you today is Paris Hilton's memoir. And let's just go there. I am not a Paris Hilton fan. I'm not. There's a huge age gap there. We don't have anything in common. I'm from the 70s and we were raised this way. And she's from the 90s and she was raised this way. And it doesn't mean that we couldn't relate. However, she is rich and privileged. I am not. She is well known. I am not. She likes nightlife and clubbing and DJing. I do not. So there is a whole bunch of reasons why we don't mesh. However, I don't not like her. I was just indifferent to her. I could take her or I can leave her. I watched a BookTube channel. I watch her quite often. Why the Book Wins, Laura. And I love her channel. And when as I said before, when I respect another booktuber, I admire them and I value what they have to say. And so I want to know the experience that they got from a certain book. And so I will oftentimes go and get it for myself. That was totally the case. Respected what Laura had to say. Wanted to be on the same playing field. So I just went and got the book. Now, I have to say, when the book first came out, I did say, that's a beautiful cover. I think it's stunning. And I typically buy books just for the cover. But I'm trying to get better about that. So I kept talking myself out of this book until I saw the book review of Laura on the channel Why the Book Wins. And I said, sold, I'm going to get the book. And I literally got in my car, drove to the bookstore, and got it. Well, guess what, friends? I am so glad that I did. This was a learning experience for me. I don't even know what to say. All right, so I feel like I'm going to give you information. This is not spoilers. This is information. Because I feel like whether you are going to read the book or not, there are things about Paris that's common knowledge. I mean, like I said, I was indifferent to her, but I wasn't completely in the dark about her. I was aware of her sex tape. I was aware of her prison sentence. I'm not quite sure if I was aware that she was sent away. I want to say yes. Somewhere in the memory banks of my mind, I do recall in the media how she was sound asleep in her bed in her home when she was aggressively lifted out of bed, taken away as her mother was watching through a crack in the door. And Paris was like kicking and screaming and saying, "Mom, help me." And the mom kind of just stood there and let it happen. I do remember reading something about that. So I'm going to say, yeah, I wasn't totally in the dark, but I didn't investigate. Like, what did she do wrong? Why did they take her away? I didn't do any investigating. I am so glad that I read this book, because now I feel like I've tapped into another part of the world that was hidden from me. I also can appreciate the fact that Paris is privileged. She is rich. So she should be untouchable, right? However, she is so down to earth. She is you. She is me. She is the girl next door. She is the girl in the office. She is so not celebrity-like, even though she made a brand for herself. In reading this book, her true self comes out, and she's your best friend. She is so totally normal. She curses. She's had her fair share of ups and downs. For being as privileged as she is, she has had it at times way worse than like any one of us at average blue collar working status has ever had it. No holds barred. There was no special privileges. She had to hold her own in the situations that were thrust upon her. And they were absolutely horrible. My heart goes out to her. How, like, some of you out there might say, come on, Floss, she's loaded. What do you have to feel sorry for her about? Well, she's a human being, and no human being should have to have endured what she did, and at the expense that she could trust no one. And she, although she had some outlets where she can turn for help, they were always a dead end. And she found herself not being able to rely on absolutely anyone but herself. And in her lowest, darkest, dankest moments, all she can do was use the power of positivity and her mind and stay focused on goals and what she wanted from her life, where she wanted her life to go. And she worked hard. She says in the book, she could have rode the coattails of her forefathers' fame, but she didn't. She hustled and she worked and did what she had to do to earn her own keep, her own money, and make her own brand, her own name, a name for herself, through perfume, through movies, through clothing, through DJing, through real estate. She just worked really, really hard. And her motto was, more work, more money. More work, more money. She was already rich. It didn't stop her. She still wanted a name for herself. She still knew what she wanted to get out of life. And I, you know, there's something to be said for that. Not saying, you know, like, oh, I am who I am, and, you know, no, that was all an image and a brand that she created. If you read this book, she is you. She is me. She is us. I love this book. I would highly recommend it, even if you are not a Paris Hilton fan. She has a lot to say. She has a lot to share. She looks absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. One of the things that I admire about her is through the fake nails, through the fake eyelashes, through the fake hair, the one thing that mattered most is her heart. Her heart is real. Her heart is not fake. She is a caring, kind individual. She is down to earth. She, like I said, she curses. I love that when she's creating her brand, she's all her, am I going to say this right? Because I'm not really into fashion. And I probably know Louis Vuitton and that's it. I know Gucci. But Louis Vuitton, wait, I don't even know. I don't know. L-O-U-B-I, I don't know. Louis Vuittons? Is that how you say it? I don't know. I'm not into fashion, but they're those really high stiletto heels with the red bottoms. They're stunning and they're gorgeous, but you know, I don't have any room in my life for those. Anyways, I love that when she's creating her brand, she's all about that. But every day of her normal life, she's tracksuits and sneakers. And I am a huge sneaker lover. I love my sneaks. I feel like I have to wear sneaks every day of my life because at any moment, someone might ask me to play. Someone might ask me to go for a run, or someone might ask me to skip some rope, or someone might ask me to do a cartwheel, and I have to be ready. So sneakers it is. No high heels for me, man. Although I love high heels, my high heel wearing days are over, and I am not mad about it. I am not. I am ready to pass that torch down to the next generation. I had my fair share of my high heel days, and I remember the pain of wearing them shopping, to grocery stores, to outings, just bopping around for the day, and that's who I was. That is not who I am now. And I am more than thrilled to wear my sneaks on a daily basis. No regrets. But anyways, off the subject. So here we are, back to the Paris Memoir. I was telling my husband about this book. We were on our way back from dropping the granddaughter off, who lives a little distance away. So we had time to talk during our travels. So I thought, well, I'll just, you know, here's my chance. I know, like, he's not a book lover and he's not a book reader. But if I want to tell him about a book, he's gracious enough to listen. And there's been a couple of them where, like a dog, his ears perk up, and I know one of them is Willie Nelson. He really wanted to know the Willie Nelson story. But I started telling him of the Paris, and like his reaction was, what the F is wrong with people? Like, why would they do the things that they did to her? Terrible. If you were thinking, should I read this? I don't know. Should I? Shouldn't I? here is your sign. Yes, you should. You should absolutely read it. It is a fantastic read. The chapters are short, and it's a quick read, and it flows super smoothly, and it's a great book. I highly, highly recommend it. I hope, like, I don't think I gave away too many spoilers. I think I just gave away, you know, valuable information. So I hope that if you don't know what you should read and you are into memoirs, that you would go and pick this book up. I don't think you will be disappointed. It is on the level of Jeanette McCurdy's I'm Glad My Mom Died. It's on that playing field. There has been many, many times in this book where I was like mad. I was like, oh, how could you? How could you do that to her? Terrible. And yay for her bravery and her strength. And I love that when they say, okay, so I got this illness, but really it was a blessing. Or I was sent away to here. I was sent away to here, but it was a blessing. Or, you know, this happened to me. And everything's for a reason. I like her attitude. No, bad things suck. So if you get cancer, if you get sent to this camp that just treats you horribly, if you are being presented in a situation where you're being abused, you're being torn apart, she doesn't take it as a learning lesson in life. She absolutely says, no, it's bullshit. It sucks. F that. I didn't learn anything from it. I'm just going to read this. It is from the back of the book, but it's not going to ruin it. If you feel like it's going to ruin it, turn me down. I love when she says that with each passing year, it matters less and less to me how other people love, hate, adore, or dismiss me. Weirdly, that makes me feel closer to understanding people in general. I'm not trying to say I'm just like you. I'm trying to say I see you. And I think it's possible that we know each other better than one might think. I have secrets like every other woman in this world, like every other woman in the world. I've had terrible things happen to me, and I've come out on the other side. I know we're supposed to spin terrible things to make it sound like they were actually good, but that's bullshit. The heart attack did not save your life. Cancer is not a gift. Your abuser did not give you strength. Terrible things are terrible. Let's just acknowledge it. If you found strength, wisdom, or a new way of thinking, that is awesome. But notice that the strength, wisdom, and new worldview came out of you, which means it was all there inside you to begin with. I don't know. I came out of this book loving her. I have a world of respect for her. She is intelligent. She's bright. At one point, she refers to her laser beam focus, and I adore that about her. Now, I have taken my indifference of Paris Hilton, and I have turned it into a love and admiration for her. Until my next video, know that I love you. Be well, be good, and be reading, and may all your book dreams come true.